Welcome to the Stetzer Electric presentation of You Can't Save Power. Today we'll be demonstrating how companies selling knockoffs of the Stetzerizer filter are deceiving consumers when they claim these knockoffs will help people save power. Stetzerizer filters are what are known as power line electromagnetic filters, the first of their kind in the world. Although these filters are based on 100-year-old electromagnetic theory, many people do not fully understand their intended application or their physical limitations. Vendors of Stetzerizer knockoffs and so-called power saver filters have been taking advantage of people's lack of knowledge on this subject, not their lack of intelligence, but their lack of knowledge, by claiming that these knockoffs can help people save power. Power line electromagnetic filters do not save power. In fact, if these knockoffs and power savers did save power, they would be breaking the laws of physics. Those laws include Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's law, among others. Through the application of these laws, for example, we know that there are 746 watts in a mechanical horsepower. This is a fact proven by science, and the laws of physics cannot be changed. So let's take a closer look at how companies selling Stetzerizer knockoffs measure the power savings they claim their filters create, and how they are misleading consumers with these claims. For our demonstration, we'll be using a 6.8 amp electric motor as our electric load, and a Fluke 43 power quality analyzer to measure the electricity being consumed. We'll use a current probe clamped to one wire of the power strip feeding electricity to the motor to show the amperage being drawn by the motor. The other two test leads will be attached to the 120 volt power supply feeding the motor. To show you how the knockoff vendors measure electricity consumption, we'll use the volts, amps, hertz measurement screen on our Fluke meter. First, we'll look at the current being drawn by this motor without a filter plugged in. The meter shows that the motor is drawing about 5.93 amps of current, and the voltage shown here, about 120 volts, will remain essentially unchanged throughout our demonstration. Now we'll plug in a Stetzerizer filter. And we can see that the voltage has not changed, and the amperage being drawn by the motor is now about 5.07 amps. This is where the story ends for the other guys. They tell you, once our filter is plugged in, you'll draw fewer amps of current, thus misleading you into thinking that you're saving power. They never show you, however, that another key component of electrical power called the power factor has increased, and that the power being consumed in kilowatts is actually unchanged. Next, we'll explain how electric power is calculated and demonstrate what is actually happening when you plug in a Stetzerizer filter. So here's the full formula to calculate AC electric power. Electric power in kilowatts is equal to voltage times current times the power factor, all divided by 1000. Now you might ask, what is power factor? Well, to put it simply, power factor is a measurement of how effectively electrical power is being used. The higher the power factor, the more effective the electrical power usage. Now we'll show you what the knockoff vendors should be showing you. And we can do that by changing over to the power measurement screen on our Fluke meter. This will display the power factor measurement the other guys conveniently forget to tell you about. Additionally, using this measurement screen, the Fluke 43 automatically calculates and displays the actual power being consumed, measured in kilowatts. So the two numbers you'll want to take note of here are the kilowatts, the top number, and the power factor, the middle number on this side. So first we'll look at what's happening without a filter plugged in. We can see here that the power being consumed is approximately 0.25 kilowatts, and the power factor in this case
is right around 0.35. The values for voltage and current remain the same as on the previous measurement screen. Now let's plug in the Stetzerizer filter. And we know from the previous measurement screen that the amperage decreased and the voltage was unchanged. If we look at the power being consumed now, we can see that it has essentially not changed. It's still about 0.25 kilowatts. And this is because the power factor has now increased and has offset the decrease in amperage we saw earlier using the volts, amps, hertz measurement screen.
You've now seen that power line electromagnetic filters can't help you save power. But is it still possible for Stetzerizer filters to save you money? The answer is yes. Stetzerizer filters can save you money. We say can because while it is possible and likely to see up to a 30% decrease in your electric bill after properly installing Stetzerizer filters, these results may not be reflected in every case. So how can Stetzerizer filters save money without saving power? The answer? By taking out the trash. Stetzerizer filters remove harmonics and high-frequency transients from the electrical wiring in buildings. Why is that important? Because harmonics on electrical wiring cause watt-hour meters, which is what your electric meter is, to read incorrectly. Essentially, your electric utility may be billing you for electricity you aren't actually using. So, if your electric meter is reading inaccurately due to the presence of harmonics and high-frequency transients, there's a good chance that your electric bill will decrease after properly installing Stetzerizer filters in your home or office. Okay, you now know that contrary to vendor claims, knockoffs of the Stetzerizer filter can't save power. You also know that properly installing Stetzerizer filters can potentially decrease your electric bill. So to wrap up, here are a few other quick facts about Stetzerizer filters. Stetzerizer filters are patented in well over a dozen countries worldwide. They carry UL and CSA approval in the United States and Canada, and are also approved for use in numerous countries worldwide by their respective independent testing laboratories. Vendors of Stetzerizer knockoffs, to our knowledge, cannot make any of these claims. If you would like to learn more about Stetzerizer filters, please check out our website at stetzerilectric.com, as well as our YouTube channel at youtube.com/StetzerElectric.